Botond and I are usually pretty negative. That's our brand here. But I feel like we've been a little more positive this offseason. I think it's because the Niners have really taken their roster in new directions, made some good decisions. And it feels like they're really starting to take our advice to heart, really listening to our suggestions and using the quality control department, which is what it's there for. So I'd like to give ourselves some credit today. This is a show where Botond and I take credit for all the good things we've done for the 49ers the last year or two. All the people that we ran out of town who deserve to get run out of town. Nothing personal, but we're quality control. We're supposed to make sure only the best players are on this team. And I think we've done a great job. What do you think, Botond?
First of all, as always, glad to be here. Thanks for having me in your show. It's kind of weird off season because I'm not as negative as I am usual.
Right.
So it's quite hard to be myself in this off season because what I must say is that I'm okay with all the things that this team did in the past few weeks or the past few months, except they didn't draft a real receiver during the draft, but that's okay. That's okay, I think. So
no one's perfect, but really it's flattering how much they have leaned on us this offseason and agreed with our conclusions. So before we move on and start looking ahead to OTAs in the season, let's just give ourselves some credit because this team would not look the way it does right now without us.
Yeah.
So let's go player by player. Guys, we ran out of town that deserved to get their bags packed. Let's start with Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman is very interesting. I mean, he was good at a certain point, but then this offseason, he started talking a little too much. During the season, he was like, Niners can't afford me. I'm probably not coming back next year. I'm just going to be too expensive. They got to bring back Fred Warner, Trent Williams. Well, you know what? That wasn't the issue. It's not that he's too expensive. It's that they don't need him. They have Jason Verrett, Emmanuel Mosley, Ambry Thomas, Diamador Lenore. Anyone could have Richard Sherman. The Niners are one of those teams, and we made a very strong case for why they don't need him, and it feels like they agree with us. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I have to say that I have my deepest, without sarcasm, I have my deepest respect for Richard Sherman because when he came to San Francisco, he gave a new face to this defense. This defense was great with Richard Sherman. He was a huge part of our Super Bowl rush in 2019. And I really liked how he played cornerback, but you have to admit that he is not getting any younger. And he can be burned by receivers who are really fast. And there may be some personal issues with Richard, which we don't know right now. Well, thank you, Richard. I liked you when you played for the 49ers, but I don't think that we need your talent anymore.
I think he thinks the Niners need him. He thinks they need his leadership, his voice, that he's like he's a senior member of this team. And I think he's really wrong. I think the best thing that happened to the Niners last season was him leaving the field, Jason Verrett stepping on, and them changing their entire defensive philosophy from zone coverage to man coverage. Yeah. He can't play that way. And the Niners have found success playing a different way that doesn't suit him. So I don't think they need him at all. If he said, hey, I'd be willing to play for $900,000, we don't need you, man. You talk too much. You need to be a leader, a voice of the team. You're like a backup at this point in your career. Your skill set doesn't match up with what the Niners are doing. And I really feel that even though all those things are true, that the Niners would have brought him back for all the wrong reasons. You know, he's cheap. He's a leader. No, move on. And so far, it seems like they are good going. I'm impressed.
Yeah, but to be honest, I still think that he can be a great or at least decent free safety in zone coverage for anything because he has the intelligence. He is a true ball hawk, but he can't play cornerback anymore because he doesn't have that speed anymore.
Right. And again, he's acting like I want to go to a contender. I want to go to the best. I'm taking my time. No, man, just go any place that'll pay you $900,000 a year to play safety.
Yeah,
anywhere. Otherwise, your career might be over. Quality control. I'm just being professional. Sorry.